All right, we're going right in. We got friends dying, friends being cool, and God opening up a fucking hipster bakery in the desert.
And I just hopped on Facebook real quick, and Howie Pyro died.
Who?
Howie Pyro.
Oh, really? When?
Probably yesterday or today or just now. Or
how?
Complications due to whatever. I mean, he had a kidney transplant that he lived through.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Mortality, man.
Dude. I've got this, the first time I went back took Cole back to Los Angeles after we moved up here.
Yeah.
Just he and I, and went and saw all the homies, and I got pictures of him and Howie, him and Joe Bass, him and Lanigan, and him and Eric Orr.
No way.
And I'm like, Eric, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
You okay? Yeah. He's hang in there.
You walking daily?
And then so that thing was just that was Ted telling me there might be some dings coming today. That was a message from Ted saying that Howie's passed.
Sure. Yeah.
Fucking Ted. Oh, Jesus.
Is it doing okay?
Umir, what?
No, him, Ted. Is everyone doing?
Ted is so Ted was like this is my LA posse, right? Like Ted was he was we worked together at the Bright Spot. We didn't know each other through music at all. We just were night waiters together. but he's this East Coast guy who he was the bass player in the original cast of Hedwig.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he was in the movie. So he's like that.
Oh, wow.
He's that super gender fluid looking tiny guy. And we've just sort of kept in touch. He lives down in Portland now, but his kid, I was looking at pictures of his kid. He's got 2 boys. They're just, that's one of the only reasons I go on Instagram is to check out Ted's sons because they're such badasses. Anyway, yeah.
But yeah.
No, never mind. I'm not going to say more.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it just seems to be, you get to a certain age and then all your friends that were partying or, had a good time. Yeah. It all starts catching up with us.
Yeah, it's weird. I was just going to be like, oh yeah, the she said thing is awesome. Okay, talk about it. No, I don't care. I mean, I care, but it's just like,
it just takes the wind right out of your sails.
Yeah. And it just man, everybody fucking take care of yourself.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's not a no-brainer.
Yeah. I mean, for someone who loves, smoking weed as much as I do.
There are worse things you could love smoking.
Yeah. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I guess is that what you could say?
Yeah.
Have you had a mushroom?
Which is why I haven't cracked open my Mai Tai yet. I reach for it and I'm like, oh, he's dead. Maybe I shouldn't day drink.
Oh man. Maybe you should.
Fuck. Well, right. It's like, which one is it?
Yeah.
There's always a reason to.
Yeah.
But if you always do that, then you're gonna die.
If you always do it. Yeah.
Fuck. It's just like, I don't want to die.
I know.
I want to see Cole have babies.
Drinking was hard for me to get under control. Well, I mean, you were there for most of that too, you were there for life before alcohol and during and after.
It's a tough one. That's the one that's still like, I don't smoke weed anymore. I don't.
Yeah.
I was never into blow or I like the shit out of pills, but I don't really do pills anymore.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah.
But the boozies, the drinkies,
boozies,
the bevies. Someone would say, "Oh man, the bevies, the bevies like, lots of calories in the
faux
bevies."
hawk? Do you got a faux hawk, buddy?
Man, Matt invented the faux hawk. Get in line.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just the one thing that's, I don't know. It seems like that you either have to do. For me, I got to do all or nothing.
I was trying to get there. Yeah. So I was like, with drinking, is it all or nothing too?
Well, not like weed. Not like weed.
Okay. Yeah.
I just should. I mean, it should probably be nothing. There, I said it out loud. You're welcome.
Of drinking, nothing?
Yeah, I should probably not drink. I'm not very good at it. After after 40 years of trying, 30 years, 34, no, 40, 10, 15, whatever, 35 years of practice, you'd think I'd be better at it.
Yeah.
Still not perfect, not great,
Yeah.
I strike out, so I still strike out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get like you don't get, I've never seen you get angry or anything.
Oh no, I'm not. No, it's not that. It's just quantity.
Yeah.
Like
just the calories and health, and
those two things, calories and health, because they're kind of conjoined. It's like if there were no calories in booze and it wasn't bad for you, then I would drink all the time. Except there have been, it's just I don't know. I think when you're 54, when you're in your 55th year, you should probably start, like getting your vices under control, or just leaning in.
Maybe hot yoga. I don't know. Start with something small, but like, I mean, I have, and it's really helped. Like, it's been about 4 years now, and I mean, I think I was way worse than you. You get like Frank Sinatra when you drink. You're all like, bow,
right. But again, it's not social or emotional that the damage that drinking conveys on me. It's the what is that?
Health repercussions.
It's health. It's like, like how many, whatever.
It's the
it's an old boring story that everybody knows and has to deal with. It's like if you're,
if it was boring, it wouldn't be, continually being told.
That's debatable. I drank too much. Really? You drank too much. Really? You're hungover. Wow. Really? You're hungover. It's like, I think that's plagued people for the entirety of existence.
Yeah. First Miracle Club, baby.
What's that?
First Miracle Club.
What's that?
Jesus' first miracle was turning water into wine.
Oh, and you know why he did that? Because people wanted to get drunk.
Yeah.
Dude, can you do some more of that? I'm almost there. We're almost, dude. We ran out of booze again.
Literally, they ran out of wine at the wedding. There wasn't any. They didn't prepare enough wine, prepare to have enough wine.
Dude, so people are thirsty today, man. Can you do that thing? Can you do the thing, man? Fuck. Okay, last one. Poof. Dude, I said 3 kegs. I said 3.
What is this, rosé? What the fuck?
Dude, sparkling. Are you fucking...
What is this?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. All right.
Well, yeah, I don't, again, like, I think this is, for me, it's just been like really cool friends when it comes to alcohol that have helped me. Because, drinking was like always associated with playing shows, right? Like if I was going to play a show, I was going to drink, and then that's how you get. You're like, yeah, big band music's behind you. Shit, right. And me, I get like, yeah, but I get punchy. I get like,
yeah, see, that's funny.
Yeah, it's not the right thing. And like,
So that I had to take, and I'll say this because no one listens to us in Seattle anyway. But that,
there's a lot of Seattle people.
there's that story I wrote about Mark when we were down at, trying to make music, and Duff went to bed early because he's Grandpa McKagan. You know, he's in bed about 5:45. You know, and and me and Nick, did we already talk about this? How and look, in Duff's defense, he wasn't.
Yeah, he's like,
he wasn't in the Guns N' Roses, and now he's in the Guns N' Roses, so they have to. He stays up much later now.
He's probably like shredded and doing cardio at 5 a.m. too the next day.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Then he was. He was like out running the hills.
Yeah.
But at that point, he sort of leaned into like, I guess nothing else going on tonight.
Some Murder, She Wrote.
Right, some Golden Girls.
Some Golden Girls turning early.
maybe a couple episodes of what's that? What was that? Leonard Nimoy, In Search Of.
I haven't seen that.
It was 70s shit. It's like,
okay.
In Search Of. Anyway, so we were getting into the me and Nick were getting into the rum, and I'm like, come on, Mark, sing fucking Dollar Bill for me. Sing it.
Oh my God.
And he's like, no. I'm like, come on. And I lean, I'm like, come on, sing it. Torn like an old dollar bill. Come on, buddy, sing it. No. Girl, I'm in his face. Let them say. And he's just like, no. But then he goes on to say how astounded he is that we're like these really funny drunks. Because most of the people he knows are just like want to beat up the whole soccer team when they get they'll have a buzz on,
that is happening.
or get super morose or whatever. It's just like like, oh yeah, no, sing it for me. Born, let them burn. No. so yeah,
that's
fun,
fucking amazing.
But yeah, so I never realized that there were, the punchy drunks and the punchline drunks.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And, so at least you fall into that, second category, right?
Well, it makes you less apt to curtail if you need to, like if you're a punchy drunk, if I'm a punchy drunk, I probably stop drinking entirely. You know what I mean? Like, or at least get it. But if I'm funnier,
yeah,
if
it makes your life a little better.
If I'm more Sinatra, fuck, I just need some of that.
Yeah. See, and it takes a lot for me to get to punchy drunk, 13 beverages or cocktails, though, but like that's the problem when you're like, I only drink at shows, but then literally every night's a show. Yeah. And you're like, well, one time we were playing a gig and you looked at me and you're like, how many is that? And I got to two hands, and you were like, 2 hands, really? I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I was like, and then there was another, right? Yeah, there's another gig with Squires. We were down in Portland. It was like a really nice hotel. And I can't remember if this is the night that I tried to fight a soccer team, but it was like
it was that kind of thing.
It was the Tiana was
there was a soccer team, and you could have fought them.
I do remember getting manhandled out of the hotel room pretty quickly, but got back to our room, Squires in our room, and and he was like, "Hey, you were an asshole." It's just like when I thought I was just having the best night, Right. I was just having a good time. But so it's just like, man, you got to, even with weed, I'll take a week off here and there.
Shut up.
Yeah. Well, this is hilarious. It's basically just to get higher, because
you're like, I've maxed out again. It's like you got to let your tank dry. You got to run your tank. Yeah. Run the battery out before you can recharge it again.
Yeah.
No, the doctor says I have to. Else I won't keep getting high.
Yeah. But still, it's a.
But Squires is the greatest at that.
Oh man, he will. like I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Like the dad thing, that's the vibe totally. Like man. Get right into your heart.
Did you ever drink with him?
No. I believe I saw him drunk at a show because I'm pretty sure I saw him climb up the balcony to fight someone at like the Phoenix Underground or something like that. One of the, not I Spy, but one of the places that had a balcony, old Seattle.
Right.
Because I was just like, wow, this guy's right next to me now. Like he was playing guitar. Right. He's big. But
yeah,
not like personally, not like all of us sitting around shit.
Right. When I met him, he was drinking, and he was like, you know how Mike is like one of the most endearing and
the best,
right? But he's also like pretty strange ranger. You know, I mean that absolutely the best way, because you know him, right? You know him, and he's got these real like leaning in. He's like leaning in all the time.
Pretty right? Legit.
Yeah,
no phony.
And if he has a connection with you, he has a connection with you.
Yeah,
like you.
Yeah,
you. I have a connection with you.
Eye contact.
Does this make you nervous? Does this make you nervous? Is this too close? Is this too close? Well, so he's been that guy to me since the second I realized he existed on this planet. And I remember it crystal clear. We're sitting, me and O'Leary are sitting at the bar at the wait, I told it wrong. At the Lava Lounge, R.I.P.
Oh shit, yeah.
And I knew I'd seen this person in the bar, and like, he peripheral, I had an idea of who he was, but I turned around and he's like right here, standing right here behind me, just like waiting to get my attention, like just being sort of in our bubble without actually, like, if a kid who is on the spectrum was doing it, you'd call it parallel play, because he thinks he's made the connection, but he hasn't. So he's just like, hey, we're playing together. It's that sort of thing. But he's completely cognizant of the fact that he's not made the connection, but he will wait it out. He's completely comfortable standing there, being in your bubble, waiting for you to connect with him. Yep. And that was like, it's like that the whole time. But I don't remember him being a really, really wicked drunk, but I remember him going back and forth with drinking. And then one time, the last Loaded tour I did, I woke up and really early, and we were in one of those underground parking garages that it's basically like underneath like a UK Target, like a giant store that's got, and the bus had to park because he'd been driving for so long or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Get some sleep.
And I wake up to like a cacophony in the front lounge, and I go out there, and it's Duff egging Mike on to drink more. And
what?
And Mike is housed, absolutely fucking housed. He's just like, and I'm fucking pissed because they didn't wake me up so that I could drink with him, right? I'm like, you fucking asshole. Let's come on. And we go upstairs and we get another bottle of vodka, and we sit around and start drinking. And over the next couple hours, Mike slapped me in the face and spit in my face.
Oh my God.
Trying to get me to punch him. He's just like, you don't know. You don't know. You think you know, you don't.
And for anyone who doesn't know Mike Squires, he's rather physically intimidating.
He's a big dude.
He's an ex-Marine.
Yeah, and in all ways.
Yeah, he's a fucking gorilla.
Yeah, you would not want Mike climbing up your shit to get to Rapunzel, or no, you don't want that. And so, and he didn't want to fight me. He just wanted me to hit him. He just wanted me to like take some pops at him and see if, whatever. He wasn't in the mood to like retaliate. He just wanted no, come on, do it. I'm like,
he's having a good time.
I've never hit anyone in the face. And I think he just wanted to be like, break my cherry or something,
Yeah. Oh my God.
So I got drunk. I've been drunk shithoused once with Mike Squires in the last 20 years or whatever it was. That's probably brilliant. More than that, but he was drinking when I first met him, and but I think he was still a fun drunk then. I don't know why. But he's one of the people I think about when I'm like, maybe I should be a sober guy.
Yeah.
I think about him.
Yeah. I mean, he helped me a lot. Yeah. Friends that tell the truth, or I keep them close.
You were an asshole.
You were an asshole. He one time we were, when you're like traveling, flying to gigs and shit, you get to the rental car, he'd always beat me to shotgun. He'd be like, shotgun. I'm like, fuck. So we had gone to Vegas this one time, and I see the minivan, and I'm like, shotgun. And when we got to the van, he just got in the shotgun, and it's just like I was half his size, literally like half his weight.
There's no, he pretends, for your sake. It's a contest. Yeah. It's not a contest.
Yeah. So he like had kind of just moved me, just like elbowed, just like, and so I slapped him, and I said, "I'm gonna fuck you till you love me."
Wow. A bold move to the hoop.
Yeah, right. I thought I could beat it with bravado, and he just like looked at me and laughed and goes, "Leif." That's it.
Yeah. No.
It's all Mike Squires stories.
Yeah.
I called him yesterday to try to like work through all this Exodus shit, so it fits.
Which Exodus shit?
All of it. I just I'm having I don't know if it's because I spent like a month preparing Matthew, and so I was playing catch up, but I don't think it's that, because I take this shit seriously, and so I listen to the book of Exodus every day, essentially. And I've been trying to find commentaries on it, and I've found some like cool, the ways you can look at it or take it. I've been trying to, but it's like, I don't know if anything's been more difficult for me than this book. I just find, I know. And it's not, maybe I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe we're dealing with too much death. Maybe we've had, too many friends drink themselves to death. I don't know. But, so I called him. I was just bouncing ideas, trying to.
So Exodus is not working for you?
Oh, we're going to finish it, right? There's some cool shit.
We don't have to. I mean, I don't mean to.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, let's finish it. Yeah. And I think we should do Job next.
Okay.
But like, it's just.
What did he say?
What did Job say?
No, what did Squire say?
I just bounced some of these.
Fuck about that guy with daughters. Squire say he's trying to have a daughter.
We're not the coolest stories in that I like in Exodus are a little bit later, and I always do that to us. I always like give spoilers, Yeah. So I'm going to try to keep it, but like, the book itself and I guess just being real about it is part of this whole deal, right? Like the visceral reactions that you get from reading these older texts and like exploring them, and the stories are so. I don't know, dumb. I'm trying not to be rude. But I don't know. I mean, there's some cool ones coming up, but like,
yeah. And you mean dumb? Like the lessons aren't great? Or what do you mean dumb?
So I'm definitely willing to like bow at my own stupidity. And sure. I like grew up in the woods reading this book all day, every day. It's just part of my life. That's the extent. Listening to lectures on it all day. That's the extent of my knowledge. Like I can only know as much as I can know. And you can listen to like rad Old Testament teachers, like Jewish scholars that like will extrapolate out of these stories.
This is saying something.
What is?
Your meeting has been upgraded by the host. You now have unlimited cock. Wait, that's not what it says. Unlimited calls. Sorry. That escalated quickly.
Unlimited cock.
For $14 a month, that's a deal.
That's a deal. As much cock as I want, really?
Buy it. Send, goddamn it, send. Purchase, click, deliver.
Yeah, fuck. So anyway, the Bible. Who's that next to you?
That's Mr. Howie Pyro. Can you see what's in his hand?
Is that Capitol Records?
That's correct.
Is that what that is? So you guys Saudi? Look at you, you handsome fuck.
You fucking guy liner motherfucker.
Jesus. That's confusing right now to me.
It's like I'm feeling funny. I'm feeling funny all the way down here. Yeah.
Such kind eyes. That's crazy. Yeah, it's fucking
crazy.
It's been a hard road. You'd think I'd like Exodus with like the burning bush.
We haven't even got to the burning bush yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in the beginning.
We already got there?
Yeah, we just blazed right over it. We're like, whatever. It's not as when you read it in the story, it's not that big of a deal.
It's a little bit like what is that? Like places you go to. What is that like where it's like, oh, this seems bigger on TV?
Totally. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just it should be a fun book. But I don't know. There are some pretty weird stipulations and laws coming up that might wet your whistle.
Yeah.
Oh, you're pulling it up? No problem.
It's just people talking about Howie.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you want to get to it? Or do you want to just talk shit?
I think we should get to it. Yeah. Exodus 15. Oh, you ready?
Fuck it. I got 22%. That should get us there.
Cue the fast music.
All right. Am I reading? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, you want to? Or you want me to?
Yeah, no, I'd love to.
Okay.
Okay. Then Moses and the Israelites sang this song to fucking Yahweh. They said, I will sing to Yahweh, for he has triumphed gloriously. Horse and driver he has hurled into the sea. Yahweh is my strength and might. He is my deliverance. Yahweh is my strength and might. He is become my deliverance. This is my God, and I will enshrine him, the God of my father's house, and I will exalt him. Yahweh, the fucking warrior, is his name. Yahweh. Pharaoh's chariots and his army he has cast into the sea, and the pick of his officers are drowned in the sea of reeds. The deeps covered them. They went down into the depths like a stone. Your right hand, Yahweh, glorious in power. Your right hand, Yahweh, shatters the foe. I don't know why I feel I need to act this out. It's pretty
makes sense.
In your great triumph, you break your opponents. See, this is fucking bullshit.
That's what I know, dude.
Like, what is this? The fucking UFC? What is he? What is he like? What's with Chuck Liddell? The fucking what is this guy?
Chael Sonnen. Like, what is this? Just like a fucking.
Who's the guy that
what is the Kanye West of the Old Testament?
Is he banging Jenna Jameson? What the fuck? Who is this guy? Tito. Who's the Long Beach the
Tito Ortiz?
Tito Ortiz, the Long Beach bad boy or the Huntington Beach bad boy or whatever. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? So doesn't this just stink of tribalism?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
And when you find out too, there's no historical evidence for any of the stories in the book.
You find out it's just a fucking bunch of words, blah blah blah, and then you know what happened, and then you know what happened, and then he said, it's like, really?
Yeah,
did you really say that?
And it's, I mean, they tell you right here it's a song. Yeah. They're like, then they sing the song, and now here's,
wrote a song about it. Won't tell you how it goes. It's just like, what are you talking about? You're so fucked. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I've been thinking about this a lot, where I'm just like, this is stupid and fucked. But like, and I don't mean to. I'm not saying everyone is stupid and fucked.
No way. No, we're dealing with reading this book. For the first time.
Well, yeah, and so if you're taking this is what you're basing your whole life on, and this guy, this person, this thing, this divine creature, you're gonna worship and turn your salvation over to, and turn that this is the guy who like sends people, your foes, literally to the bottom of the ocean to drown.
Yep. Well, and he hardened their hearts so that they would
swallow their tears. You can't not do it. It's a fucking great song. It's a fucking great song. Get a button. Yeah. Harden my heart. Swallow my. Don't do it, Rafe. On a turn and all of my days.
It always gets me too. It like just fucking derails me instantly. The fucking shit. Yeah, so it's like, I mean, I guess there's a way I take it that's helping me is like that these are all just songs and poetry, and that this is just metaphorical language. And when I'm reading it, I'm actually acting kind of like it's real. Like, I know historically it's not real, but like I'm assuming that the lessons and the morals and like what we can take away from the stories, there could be something really intact in that. So that's
okay. All right. Okay. Well then, tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me, Mr. Figurative Bible reader guy. Pharaoh's chariots and his army he has cast into the sea, and the pick of his officers drowned in the Sea of Reeds. What are you getting from that?
Well, obviously, thinking it's real.
If you weren't a moron, Jeff.
No, not that. It's just that I don't even want him to defend it because it's not. But
I'm not asking you to defend it.
No, I'm trying.
I'm asking. Yeah, like I'm asking you. Like, okay, what do you? I mean, you've read this book a million times. After you've processed, what are you talking about?
Yeah, if I'm, so I like have a mindset for the podcast that I keep, and it's kind of different than what I actually think.
Why?
Because there's no way to like, because
I'll keep making fun of you.
Yeah, because it just stops otherwise. Like like I said, I've recorded these podcasts. I tried it for a while to make it good, and it just so by the time we started doing it, the reason it would stop before is because it'd be like I'd read a story, and then the person would be like, so is there any like historical evidence? And I'm like, no, and actually there's this, and this is wrong, and this is historically wrong, and this is maybe misinterpreted, and here's a mistranslation that we found in these scripts that are earlier or later, blah, 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 blah. And it's just the conversation ends. And like it's just done. It's like, let's get high and debunk the Bible. And and that's one side of it, but the other side of it is like, to be honest, like these stories have won out for so fucking long, and they're in all of it's the hero's journey. It's in, it's Star Wars, it's fucking Gilgamesh, it's stories before these books. So like, I'm assuming that this version being such a good version or such a long lasting, excuse me, I don't think it's good at all. It's such long-lasting version. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to. I'm just like I got to work with what's here, And I think if you kind of act like this shit happened while you're reading it, maybe it is a bad thing to do. But I'm just trying to not be a cynical asshole when I read it, because there's a lot of contradictions. There's a lot of errors. you have to massage the fuck out of this book to kind of, if you want to be rational. Yeah, and maybe it should be. It's from a fucking, they didn't have very many words back then. They didn't have fucking sneakers. You know, they didn't, it's like,
yeah, but they had
such an old time.
Yeah, they had words. They had
but words. Not the same ones.
Well, but not, there weren't any less expressive.
And that, I mean, what a stupid sentence to come out of my mouth. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give them some grace so it doesn't fucking fall straight to the ground.
I don't think, I just, and what this, I mean, I guess, if you're, that's the thing about the Jewish people and religion, like how that's the only religion that's a nationality.
Yeah. It's an ethnicity.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's crazy.
And so they get, not like they're asking for one, but for me, they get a fucking total pass. Like this is their book, right? This isn't Christians barely crack into this thing, right?
Yes.
So,
well, no, you'll hear this quoted a lot. So it's just, a very small section. So what you're saying is still right.
Yeah.
But you'll hear it from the pulpit. They'll be like, the Psalms, a lot of them. But they don't understand it. They don't read the stories, right? They're not talking about, Lot's daughters getting saucy with him and then making babies.
Yeah. So that part, it's still hard to unpack, though. It's
fucked, right? That's why. That's why we get. Sometimes they're 2 hours long.
But the woman that it was coming through my line, and I'm like, yeah, Yahweh and Elohim, two different guys, right? And she's like,
which is like
really
nothing. Not really.
She's just like it was a non-starter. You know what I mean? It's like when you and I saying that this is the first. Well, you saying and me concurring that this is the first book or religion to attempt monotheism.
Yeah,
it's like
this book was the first successful one.
Yeah, well, it's like they don't want to hear it. No, people who nobody wants to hear that.
No, they think their book, the God created the world, and Adam and Eve wrote this entire book. All then, even the stuff about Jesus, they don't realize that this was a culture that was part and parcel with a massive, bigger culture around them that had stories that predated them too. And I mean,
maybe they do, and they're just like, "Fuck you, this is our story."
Well, and there should be that. It is, and that's what that's what it is.
I don't think it should be that.
Are you talking about Christians or Jews? I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter to me. Okay. I think nobody should be like, "Fuck you, this is our." I mean, they should be like, "Hey, this is our story." But like, you have to take these words and. I don't know. It's just kind of hard to unpack.
I'm following. Man. Yeah, it is. And, and that's because it was written so long ago. These people's lives were fucking brutal.
Totally. I get it.
Yeah.
Sure,
and so,
sure. But the part where Pharaoh's chariots get cast into the sea and they're going to, this guy wants glory and worship. And it's
Yahweh,
that's not who we're talking. That's not the guy up on the cross.
No,
that's not the guy on the cross. And that's not, that's not what religion is supposed to be about.
Well, no, but maybe it's just because this did reflect their life. Their lives were brutal back then. And there's a lot of scholars that think that the God that Jesus must have been worshiping might not be Yahweh, essentially, might be a newer form of Yahweh. And, because his teachings are so radical, completely. I'm not sure what that is. living God's love, right? So but Yahweh in here and how you're bringing him up, it's obviously like this tribe's story, and they try to put it as far back as they can, the creation of the entire fucking world and universe, essentially. And now these people, they're saying we're in history. There's obviously there's a lot of merit to these stories, and there's. As we get later in the Old Testament, there's like historical shit that happened.
But at some point, don't they have to like realize, like you said, that it was just one part one tribe of a gigantic, like there were tons of tribes, and this one just, I mean, it's sort of like, if you're, what does that say? Is that upside down?
I can't see it. It's just blurry. What does it say? A warrior?
No.
Well, the people at home can't see it either. Still can't see it.
God damn it. I can't see it. It's too small. Oh, yeah, you can. You can see that.
No, I can't read it.
It says warrant.
Okay.
All right. So like, so it's like as if you said, it's like as if you disavow LA Sunset Strip 80s butt rock, the whole scene is bullshit, but Warrant was the one true legendary. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And it's like, totally. At some point you have to realize, yeah, okay, Warrant, maybe they had a couple of hits, but a lot of their fucking catalog is bullshit. But like, and that's what this reminds me of. Is it's like, what about, I mean, just because Motley Crue, or just because Bullet Boys, or just because, like, you have to recognize that all of these other bands existed.
Right.
But this is like,
well, I think most people do, I think we just, unfortunately, and like,
I really just wanted to make a parallel.
Wore it?
Well, mostly with my button.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think most people do. Like, I have a lot of Jewish friends, and like, they believe in science, and,
I don't mean like,
the radicals, and for Christianity, unfortunately, like I'd say it's like the radicals represent something like 60% of the churches out there they kind of, I know. Yeah, it's a personal thing. I could be being really rude right now, and I'm sorry, but like, fuck you.
It's your own podcast.
Yeah, it's like most people, Christian churches, will say that the Bible is inerrant and that they try to live by it, and they say they won't cherry pick it. And then that's kind of like this merit badge, this, like how righteous you're being. And so there's the Bible says a lot of crazy shit though, And
I think that you should, if you're gonna talk the talk, you should have to fucking put up or shut up, like if you're gonna do it, man. You should not touch the pigskin on Sundays. You should not, like all those crazy.
Exactly.
You should stone your wife if she mixes the fucking the fabrics together. It's like,
yes. And see, I'm Christian defense bullshit. Even though I'm not going to stop you because it's great. You're right. Yeah, they say they're under a new covenant because of Christ, but at the same time they won't even help their neighbor or that's a pagan. Like the churches don't even fraternize with other churches. Let's put it that way. So it's like the Baptist church won't go over to the Presbyterian church and worship together. They're like, no, you guys are fucking heathens. Yeah. So, and that's such a rabbit hole. But like, as we're reading this, and I'm trying to fucking just feel the emotions rise up in me I get from reading these stories over and over again, and stay with that and not. I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's good.
What are those emotions?
Well, like, again, I don't want to spoiler alert it because all my favorite stories are coming up. But like,
let's just keep going. Let's just go back.
Yeah, let's keep going and see how far we can get. Let's do that.
All right. Blah, 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 blah. The right hand of God, the glorious power, shatter the foe. In your great triumph, you break your opponents. You send forth your fury. It consumes them like straw. At the blast of your nostrils, the waters piled. Is he a fucking dragon? What is he fucking king? What is he, like a Godzilla?
Well, you know what? One of my favorite Bible verses is the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. I don't know what that means.
It means that's when you start getting raped. At the blast of your nostrils, the waters piled up. The floods stood straight like a wall. The deep froze in the heat of the sea. I wonder if that's like that could be, they wouldn't have been able to walk through it though, but maybe they're talking about a meteor strike. Anyway, the foe said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My desire.
They're talking about the crossing of the Reed Sea.
Yeah. The Red Sea.
I think it's pronounced Reed. I feel like it was changed to red when the Bible was first printed because it was in German, I think. But I could have just talked all of that out my ass. I know.
Way to mansplain the parting of the Red Sea, Leif.
No, Reed. But no, because it's like, they are talking about this event that just happened the chapter before.
Okay, hey, Leif, have you heard the word literally recently? Huh? Have you heard the word literally? Because if people say it's something, and people have been saying Red Sea for the last 2,000 fucking years. Yeah. Don't start fucking throwing Reed Sea on me now. And anyway, that would be pronounced
red. I spelled it red in the podcast last week. I debated, but I went with popular demand too. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. The foe said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My desire shall have its fill of them. I will bear my sword. My hand shall subdue them. You made the wind blow. The sea covered them. They sank like lead in the majestic waters. Who is like you, Yahweh, among the celestials? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders among the celestials?
I was wondering if you were going to stop. Yeah, but it could be the celestial bodies. You want me? Oh, I'm going to look it up right now.
Oh, yeah. Let's get it.
Could be the stars, right? Keep going.
You put out your right hand. The earth swallowed them. In your love, you lead the people you redeemed. In your strength, you guide them to your holy abode. The peoples hear, they tremble. Agony grips the dwellers in Philistia. Now are the clans of Edom dismayed, the tribes of Moab. Trembling grips them. All the dwellers of Canaan are aghast. Terror and dread descend upon them. Through the might of your arm, they are still as stone. Till your people cross over, Yahweh, till your people cross, whom you have ransomed.
Well, because they were...
You ransomed them. That seems like a really benevolent guy.
Right? They're scared of him. That's for sure, right?
Yeah. You will bring them and plant them in your own mountain. You place the place you made to dwell in, Yahweh, the sanctuary, O my Lord, which your hands established. Yahweh will reign forever and ever. This is a long fucking song. This is like the fucking wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, man. No fucking choruses.
So that, by the way, that Exodus 15:11, where it says among the celestials, in this other Hebrew off Bible Hub, it says among the gods.
Right.
So I was wrong, and I was So interesting.
Yeah, like this is like the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, man. There's not a chorus to be found. It's like a 15-minute fucking song, dude.
Sentence, yeah.
And another thing for the horses, for the horses and the Pharaoh with his chariots and riders went into the sea, and Yahweh turned back them to the sea waters. What the Israelites marked on dry ground, midst of the sea. Then the Miriam, the prophet, and Aaron's sister picked up the little hand drum. All the women went out to the dancing hand drums. And Miriam chanted for them, sing to Yahweh, he has triumphed gloriously. How the fuck do they remember how this fucking melody goes, man? It's like has Harold.
How far did you just get? What verse are you at? Because I was laughing.
I'm into like almost just before 22.
Okay, good. There we go.
And Miriam chant for them, sing to Yahweh, he has triumphed gloriously. Horse and driver hurled into the sea.
Keep going.
Then Moses Kaiser set out from the sea of reeds, red, reeds. They went into the wilderness of Shur. Traveled 3 days in the wilderness, found no water. They were thirsty. They came to Mara, but they could not drink the water of Mara because it was bitter. That is why they named it Mara. It's like a fucking creepy song.
It was horrible.
It's just horrible.
It's horrible.
And the people grumbled against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" So he cried out to the. Oh, is this even the song? I think the song might have been over.
Not for us.
Is this still the song?
Not
This
for us.
This is the worst track. This is the worst Warrant track ever. This was like the Warrant. What do you call that? The
Unplugged album.
No. What do you call it when it's like a super long, like a trilogy, like what Rush would do? They do the
anthology.
No.
I don't know what we're
edit this to make me look smart. Anyway, I don't know. I can't remember. Like really, like how Caress of Steel only has like 3 songs on both sides. Out of
there's 17 minutes.
Yeah, like one side is a whole song. It's like this is like the Warrant version of that. And they got all like
yes.
Yeah, exactly. Or ELP, brain salad sandwich or something.
Yeah, all but right. It's also just like, I mean, if this had happened, let's say you were like a slave for 400 years, your entire nation, and then God sends a bunch of plagues against the people that rule over you for some reason, and then takes you out and then kills them all by building 2 walls of water on each side of you, and then, rushing it in on the army once you're out of the way. You'd be fucking shitting your pants, right? Like, you'd be scared as shit. You'd be like, here's my firstborn.
Well, yeah, but then, okay, so let's back up, because I think this song ends at 20.
Well, yeah, whatever. There's so much we can just keep trekking along if we want.
But, yeah, I do. But I was just like, because the pharaohs and chariots and riders were in the sea turned, Israelites march on. But the Israelites marched on dry ground in the midst of the sea. Then Miriam, the prophet, Aaron's sister, and Aaron is Moses' brother, right?
Yeah.
The guy who can talk, the guy who's got gift of gab.
Yep, there you go.
Aaron's sister picked up a hand. What are you doing?
Oh, I was trying to look up a Bible thing for you. Keep going.
Sorry. Then Miriam, the prophet, Aaron's sister, picked up. So if it's Aaron's sister, isn't it also Moses' sister?
Yeah, probably. Right. It could be another one.
It's confusing.
Yeah, it is. When you like read or like listen to lectures or like there's scholars, people who study this shit, read it in the original language. They seem to think that literally everything like that is important. Like maybe it was another sister, and this is just me. Like I'm not explaining that exact verse, but like
I hear you. Like everything had every nuance.
Yeah.
To everything, turn. There's a season. Turn.
Remember that fucking thing that fucked us up with the sacrificing of their kids? The firstborn. When they came out. Yeah. I was listening to this great courses by. I keep pushing the button. God damn it! There we go. Amy Jill Levine. It was great. It's this. It's called the Old Testament, and she was saying that was very likely a remnant, like a story that kind of got left in there, most likely through the years, but deleted in other parts about child sacrifice, because child sacrifice was such a big deal back then. Right. So stuff like that. It's like it's much deeper. You said that 10 minutes ago. Sorry, I thought it would help the conversation. It did not.
Did I say that? Oh yeah. Oh. Should I keep going, or do you want to?
Yeah, hell yeah. No.
You want to say some stuff I said 20 minutes ago now? I don't remember saying that, so that I'm totally just joking.
I love it.
Did I say that? Oh, it's great. Good, perfect. Okay. Yeah. So it's great.
Go away, Siri.
Okay. The prophet, Aaron's sister, picked up a hand drum. Oh God. Leif, I swear to God, if this breaks into like a drum circle for the first time and you didn't warn me, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Kumbaya, my Lord. Oh, your kumbaya.
Everyone grab the patchouli. Let's pass it around.
Someone's smiling, my Lord.
Anyone have a hacky sack?
Smite their ass. Then Miriam the prophet, Aaron's sister, picked up a hand drum, and all the women went out after her in dance with hand drums. Oh, God. And Miriam chanted for them, "Sing to Yahweh, for he has triumphed gloriously. Horse and driver he has hurled into the sea." Then Moses caused Israel to set out from the Sea of Reeds. They went on into the wilderness of Shur. They traveled 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. Then they came to Marah, but they could not drink the water of Marah because it was bitter. That's why they named it Marah. It sounds like a Norm Macdonald gag.
That's why they named it Marah.
It's like the best band. Second best band was Better Than Ezra. The worst band, Ezra. And the people grumbled against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" See, this is the part that's funny. You can edit that other bullshit out. But
what's it? What verse are you at, though, real quick?
We're at 25, or 24. Perfect. It's like you say that they're all fucking, they're just like shitting their pants, but they're like, "What are we gonna drink? There's no water. I know that the guy's like breathing down our neck with flames and nostrils that part the sea, but what are we gonna drink? I'm thirsty."
That's why I brought it up. Because it's annoying when you get, it's like, well, what these, so wait a second, they fear God. And I mean, it gets worse.
Yeah. Okay.
He
cried out to Yahweh. Well, this is just life of Brian in a fucking crystallized. I know, but I'm thirsty. Pull the car over. I want to pee now. So he cried out to Yahweh, and Yahweh showed him a piece of wood. He threw it into the water, and the water became sweet. Oh, really? Okay. There, God made for them a fixed rule. There they were put to the test. God said, "If you will heed your God, Yahweh, diligently, doing what is upright in God's sight, giving ear to God's commandments, and keeping all God's laws, then I will not bring upon you any of the disease that I brought upon the Egyptians, for I, Yahweh, am your healer."
Yes.
And they came to him. And they came to Elim, where there were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there beside the water. Wait, so he made the water not bitter with a chunk of wood, and then they went to the oasis?
Oh, it's about to get even weirder, bro.
Okay. Bro.
Yeah, but
bro. Don't stop that, bro. Setting out from Elim, the whole Israelite community came to the wilderness of Sin.
Pretty cool. Right.
It's called Sin?
I guess. I've heard Shin, but no.
Is it still a place? Still a place? I wouldn't like my.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm sure the region's going to be there, but let's see if there.
Seems like a spot that maybe Let's Get High and Read the Bible might want to go visit.
Do a live podcast.
Do a live podcast in Sin, literally.
Oh yeah, it's Mount Sinai.
Okay. Came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after their departure from the land of Egypt. So 45 days in the wilderness, the whole Israelite community grumbled against Moses and Aaron. The Israelites said to them, "If only we had died by the hand of Yahweh in the land of Egypt." Oh my God. When we sat by the flesh pots, when we ate our fill of bread, for you have brought us into this wilderness to starve this whole congregation to death. And Yahweh said to Moses, "I will rain down bread for you from the sky, and the people shall go out and gather each day that day's portion. that I may thus test them to see whether they will follow my instructions or not. But on the sixth day, when they apportion what they have brought in, it shall prove to be double the amount they gather each day. All right.
Interesting.
So Moses and Aaron said to all the Israelites, by evening you shall know it was Yahweh who brought you out of the land of Egypt. And in the morning you shall behold the presence of Yahweh, because God has heard your grumblings against Yahweh. For who are we that you should grumble against us? Since it is Yahweh, Moses continued, who will give you fresh flesh to eat in the evening and bread in the morning to the full, because Yahweh has heard the grumblings you utter, what is our part? Your grumbling is against Yahweh, not against us.
Damn, even Moses passing off the blame, huh?
Ryan. Then Moses said to Aaron, say to the whole Israelite community, advance towards Yahweh, who has heard your grumbling. Like, because Yahweh's there. As Aaron spoke to the whole Israelite community, they turned towards the wilderness, and there in a cloud appeared the presence of fucking Yahweh.
Boom.
You want to say something now, bitches? Fucking say it now. Step up to Shook Knight and say something.
Exactly.
Fucking shank your asses.
You want to do gangsta shit?
Dude, you want to talk? Snitches get stitches, bitches. All right.
He's showing up. And in the cloud again.
Dude, the cloud.
Yeah, he really likes the cloud.
I think he's not actually really there. I think it's like a drone cloud or like some sort of like a apparition, you know.
Well, we were questioning if he was overcompensating for something last week.
Baby. Never, you know. Dude, truck is so big.
So huge.
Dude, the tires.
Do you eat at Chili's every night?
Dude, I could walk under the rearview mirror.
But like, you know, God just said he's gonna like rain bread down from the heavens. So, you know,
right.
It's
okay.
Like, is this a hipster bakery? Like, is this like Yahweh's hipster bakery?
Is Echo Park the promised land?
Right? Like, can you imagine? There's like a big field where like everyone has to dress in that kind of garb. There's like sheep. They drop bread.
It's the Silver Lake Reservoir. You know, you have to go up there every day and like, oh, hey, you come here? I come here for the strudel.
Just throw it at you.
Yahweh spoke to Moses, bitches, I have heard the grumblings of the Israelites. Speak to them and say, by evening you shall eat flesh, and in the morning.
What's it? I just have to ask you a question first.
Yeah.
Because Moses just tells everyone what's going to happen. God's going to send bread in the morning, flesh at night. And now God's
telling him
in front of everybody. Yeah, like maybe they just didn't believe him.
Maybe this is where that shit comes from in the movies. We're like, can I talk to you for a second? Alone? And they walk like 2 feet from the table. Now look, here's what you go tell them. Is that this? Is that where that came from? Is like this Old Testament shit?
Yeah, like,
look, what I want you to tell these people standing right next to you is this. Yeah.
Maybe it's trying to show that God speaks directly to Moses, and the Israelites don't know it yet, really. They don't believe him, even after all these miraculous.
But why is he saying, like, Moses already told them this? Did Moses say it to, did God say it to Moses somewhere else?
This is the first time no. I mean, he said that God says the bread thing, right? But not the flesh thing. And then Moses adds that now. So it's like, again, must be a literary device to show like something, because they're trying to fit a lot into these little spots, because these are going to be read aloud, right?
Right.
Fuck.
Okay. I've heard the grumblings by evening, and you shall know I am the Lord. In the evening, quail appeared and covered the camp with fecal matter.
No, they just show up and die.
Oh no, I'm sorry. In the evening, quail appeared and covered the camp. In the morning, there was a fall of dew about the camp. When the fall of dew lifted, there, over the surface of the wilderness, lay a fine and flaky substance, as fine as frost on the ground. When the Israelites saw it, they said to one another, "What is that?" For they did not know what it was. And Moses said to them, "Bitches, that's the bread which Yahweh has given to you to eat."
Also, manna. You might have heard it called manna.
Manna.
Yeah.
This is
like
what
the
Yahweh.
hard A. I like the hard A in there. A pillow.
I know you do. This is what Yahweh has commanded. Each household shall gather as much as it requires to eat, an omer to a person for as many as you as there are. An omer to a person for as many of you as there are. Each household shall fetch according to those in its tent. The Israelites did so, some gathering much, some little. But when they measured it by the omer, anyone who had gathered much had no excess, and anyone who had gathered little had no deficiency. Each household had gathered as much as it needed to eat. And Moses said to them, "Let no one leave any of it over until morning." But they paid no attention to Moses. Some of them left of it until morning, and it became infested with maggots and stank.
Capitalistic assholes.
And Moses was angry with them. So they gathered it every morning as much as each one needed to eat, for when the sun grew hot, it would melt. On the 6th day, they gathered double the amount of food, 2 omers for each. And when the chieftains of the community came and told Moses, he said to them, "This is what fucking Yahweh meant, man. Tomorrow is a day of rest, a holy Sabbath of Yahweh. Bake what you would bake and boil what you would boil. And all that is left put aside to be kept until morning." So they put it aside until morning as Moses had ordered, and it did not turn foul, and there were no maggots in it. Then Moses said, "Eat it today, for today is a Sabbath of Yahweh. You will not find it today on the plain. 6 days you shall gather it. On the 7th day, the Sabbath, there will be none." Yet some of the people went out on the 7th day to gather, but they found nothing. And Yahweh said to Moses, "How long will you all refuse to obey my fucking commandments and my teachings? Mark that it is Yahweh who, having given you the Sabbath, therefore gives you 2 days food on the 6th day. Let everyone remain in place. Let no one leave the vicinity on the 7th day." So the people remained inactive on the 7th day. The house of Israel named it Manna. It was like a coriander seed, white, and it tasted like wafers in honey. Moses said, "This is what Yahweh has commanded. Let 1 omer of it be kept throughout the ages, in order that they may see the bread that I fed you in the wilderness when I brought you out from the land of Egypt." And Moses said to Aaron, "Take a jar, put 1 omer of manna in it, and place it before Yahweh to be kept throughout the ages." As Yahweh had commanded Moses, Aaron placed it before the pact to be kept. And the Israelites ate manna 40 years until they came to a settled land. They ate the manna until they came to the border of the land on Canaan. The omer is 1/10 of an ephah. Ephah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's like God just saved his people. Now he's giving them a bunch of boring rules.
Yeah. They didn't mention the whole quail thing though. Like what? Dead quails? You can't eat dead quails.
Yeah, they did. And like,
ate the shit out of them.
Right. But baked bread? God could just be like, "I'll make all your stomachs full all day." Done.
Say it again.
You know, baked bread. He just like baked bread on the ground every morning. I don't
Well, doesn't that?
I'm just.
Do you know about like the whole? I don't think is it sourdough.
I love it.
No, seriously, like the whole thing with like a, I want to say it's sourdough. I'm probably going to butcher this, but the thing like the little, you keep the dough from the day before. You keep a little bit. It's the cultures or something. So like a lot of these bakeries, this just reminded me like like you keep a little bit of it. I don't know. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah. So
I've never made bread.
Right. So the visual I have is people in New York, bakers, because the best bagels on the planet are supposed to be from New York because of the water, whatever, for whatever reason. But they keep a piece of the dough every day. They save a little piece, the culture. So it's like it's culture, not culture-y, but like cultures, the yeast cultures, right?
Yeah.
Bacteria so that and stuff. Yeah. But I'm not smart enough to know the whole story, so that's all you get. Ha ha! Ding.
And that's it. It's like we someday we'll find an Old Testament scholar that can like come on and help us with all this shit. Ari Shafir, whatever. Anyway, but like it sure is like obviously ritual and like keeping not working on the Sabbath seems to be pretty important to God. And also I don't know, but
why life? Why is it important?
I don't, because they're communists. That's what I think, Well, they can't even save food for the next day, right? God's like, you only take what you need. I'm going to provide for you every day, motherfuckers. Don't get greedy. They get greedy. The maggots come.
All right.
No, they're fucking, they're commies.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
Maybe it's the way we should live. I don't know. I'm not saying that.
Well, I just don't want to give too much because you can't give leeway, but it definitely sounds like, well, that's just a rule to live by if you don't have refrigeration, is like, don't keep food in your house because it'll go rotten.
This is very old, so it's hard
old.
to.
This is like shit. This is way before like freezer bags, right?
Just a little bit, like 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like 1937.
Yeah, 83. Yeah. But like, it's better than, I don't know. It's not better. You want to do one more?
Are we getting somewhere?
Yeah, we're getting pretty close. I mean, we're getting through it. So
okay,
they're not that long.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so these guys are whining, and they finally show up at the land of outside Canaan. From the wilderness of sin, the whole Israelite community continued by stages as Yahweh would command. They encamped at Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Then the people quarreled with Moses. "Give us water to drink," they said. And Moses replied to them, "Why do you quarrel with me? Why do you try Yahweh?" But the people thirsted there for water. Well, you want to go?
No, it's just hard not to laugh. Like, it's just like so ridiculous. Sorry.
It's the same thing over. It's like it's the same thing with the.
Yeah.
Did Squires talk to you about the Pharaoh's secretary?
No.
He's like, can you imagine being that guy? Yeah. Yeah. He's back. He's back. He's back.
Totally.
Yeah, no, I mean, I told him you weren't here. He said that God told him you definitely are here. Yeah. Okay. I'll let him in. Okay. Like every day. Oh, fuck. He's back.
He's back.
Pharaoh. Yeah.
He says there's going to be frogs.
Yeah, exactly. I should probably keep reading. My thing's going to die here.
Okay.
But the people thirsted for water, and the people grumbled, "Why did you bring us to Egypt?" Oh, but why do you try Yahweh? But the people thirsted there for water, and the people grumbled against Moses and said, "Why did you bring us up from Egypt to kill us and our children and livestock with thirst?" Moses cried out to Yahweh, saying, What shall I do with this? What shall I do with this people? Before long they will be stoning me. Then Yahweh said to Moses, Pass before the people, take with you some of the elders of Israel, and take along the rod with which you struck the Nile and set out. I will be standing there before you on the rock at Horeb. Strike the rock, and water will issue from it, and the people will drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. The place was named Massa and Meribah, because the Israelites quarreled, and because they tried Yahweh, saying, Is Yahweh present among us or not?
After all that they've been through, it's kind of weird, right? Yeah. Poor Moses. He's like, what the fuck, guys?
Yeah. No, it's fucked up. But it's not surprising. It's like Yahweh's got to fuck with somebody, so now it's Moses. You know, he's fucking with he's got to be great to his people, and the person, you know, like his foil before was Pharaoh. You know, he was smiting Pharaoh so that he could be great to his people. And now Pharaoh's fucking dead, so he's got to fucking
treating God like a celebrity, like he's got to pick a fight with one of his, you know?
Totally.
It's like
he has to have beef. He's got to have beef, right?
Man, Kyle didn't text me back the other day. What the fuck?
I'm gonna fucking wither Kyle. I'm gonna wither his ass. Yeah, totally.
It's Oasis, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Amalek came and fought with Israel at Rephidim. Amalek came and fought with Israel. Moses said to Joshua, "What the fuck? That's just random, right?"
Yeah, well, so they're moving along, they're traveling along, and apparently someone came to help them out because they were bumped into someone, going to have a big battle.
Amalek came and fought with Israel. Okay, gotcha. Moses said to Joshua, "Pick some troops for us and go out and do battle with Amalek. Tomorrow I will station myself on the top of the hill, and with the rod of God in my hand." Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Joshua did as Moses told him.
Yahweh likes you.
Right? Gross. Is that? Never mind. Joshua did as Moses told him and fought with Amalek while Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. Then, whenever Moses held up his hand, Israel prevailed. But whenever he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands grew heavy. So they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it, while Aaron and Hur on one side supported his hands, and thus his hands remained steady until the sun set. And Joshua overwhelmed the people of Amalek with the sword. Then Yahweh said to Moses, "Inscribe this in a document as a reminder and read it aloud to Joshua. I will utterly blot out the memory of Amalek from under heaven." And Moses built an altar and named it Adonisis. Whatever. He said it means hand upon the throne of Yahweh. Yahweh will be at war with Amalek throughout the ages. All right. My thing for the guy. I can't.
That's a perfect spot. We did. That's a perfect spot to just. We could just riff, but like it's like.
It's all right. It's good.
It's all right. I'm all right.
It's okay.
I'm okay.
It's just like. Man, this is what life is built on.
Yeah.
But it's like an asshole.
If you imagine that rod is like a euphemism for God's penis, and that Moses' hands got really heavy holding it up all day, then maybe we're wrong about the baby dick thing. Wow. I thought I could riff. That one's going to get edited out. That one's going to get edited
I mean, you can, you're doing the editing, man. Yeah, I think there's too much, there's too much.
Right? There's too much. There's too much.
There's such a thing as too much.
Yeah,
less can be more.
Yeah,
less actual penis holding,
dude.
Big dick. Maybe less is more.
You're gonna make me keep it in now.
God's gigantic cock, and so he can't hold it up without his arm getting sore. My hand is sore. Maybe less of that's more. I don't know. Leif. You know what? We'll have to fact check that. It's impossible to say. It's really just impossible to say. I think without you even mentioning it, everybody got a picture of Moses with his hand in God's robe holding his gigantic schwanz.
Like he gets tired and like starts putting it down and they start losing, Yeah, like hey, get my brother and his friend over here. Help me.
That's better. That's good. No, that's good. Hey, stop the slacking. That's good. Hey. All just poopy and potty humor over here, really. What else? Long con. It's a delivery mechanism, so we can just talk about poopy peepees.
I get it. Everyone's that wants to defend it's going to be like, well, here's the thing: God's making a covenant with people that if they do what his commandments, if they do what he commands, none of the bad shit that just happened will ever happen to them. It was like I think it was the first of 15 where he's like, if you keep my commandments, I will not visit any of the plagues on you, right? And so it's like that's the first time that's really come up, right? Before, where it's
like where he's giving you
action, like
if you do this, then
yeah. So and it's we this is a people that are like for the first time in their existence governing themselves and have to live in a pretty rugged and scary, like pretty rough to live in terrain. A desert.
Yeah.
And but it's just got to be metaphorical. Otherwise, it's like I don't know. I don't want to think of God as like a hipster baker.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm totally. I just kind of got morose again, just because
well, it's too much.
No, I'm like I was just thinking about Howie again. I'm like, fuck. I said we were having fun, and I just like, and then I'm like, oh fuck.
Well, basically, that's why we're doing this, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about what happens when I leave this room. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's really when
real life.
Yeah.
It's been sad too since we started this. It's been like
Jesus,
almost constant.
Well, it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Well, and one thing, it's been fun to have these conversations and to have this place safe spot for me to just talk, because like I do think there is something else out there. I don't know if calling it God is correct, but
did you see the thing about we're sending naked pictures to the aliens?
What?
Do you have
How
Google
so?
right now?
Yeah. Just type in that, I'm assuming. I wonder what's going to pop up on my iPad when I do that.
NASA sending drawings of naked humans to space.
Discovery.com. What? Why? It's all blurred out. Yeah, well, we had
in hopes of attracting.
Oh, weird.
In hopes of attracting aliens.
Oh, I just got it.
NASA scientists plan to launch pictures of naked humans into space in the hopes of luring aliens to us. The depictions will also include an invitation to respond should intelligent alien race find the space nudes.
You up? That's literally like, that text, you up? That's what you it's like, that's what like that's the best we can do. We're just twerking out in space now,
dude. That's it. That's our ending point right there. You up?
For a good time call.
Good time call. Third planet.
Hey,
from
universe.
The sun.
Hey, dude. God, you up?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I heard about that yesterday. Somebody came through my line. It was like, because it was May the 4th yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that meme?
What meme?
Let me hold on here. So there's the meme that I saw that it was it's the picture of Luke Skywalker
Mm-hmm.
when he first cracks open the lightsaber that Obi-Wan gives him, and it just says on the top, it says, "This was your father's lightsaber," and then the bottom said, "He murdered 30 children with it." Also, I may or may not have dismembered him with it there. I may or may not have dismembered him with it. There was lava. He was yelling. I cried. It was a bad few days. I'm like, oh yeah. If that was fucking Anakin's, like that's the lightsaber that Luke uses in the, Jedi or A New Hope and Empire. That's the one that he killed the fucking younglings with.
That's crazy.
Sorry. Okay. And scene.
Well, maybe that's a part of our history. Maybe this is, I don't know. Maybe we knew a lot back then, but not everything. And God's evolving with us. And maybe maybe he is kind of a bastard. Likes to kill people and have people write songs about him.
I mean, who among us doesn't want that?
Man, I don't know if I want that responsibility.
I want to kill people and have people write songs about me.
Man, I'm just want to smoke some weed, do cool shit.
I don't really want to kill anyone. I do like that part about, songs aren't about people anymore, which is kind of a bummer. We've gotten away from
the ballads.
Well, it doesn't even
ballad of Jesse James.
Yeah, or I don't know. Like, they'll write songs about us.
No, it's tweets and YouTubers,
Buried in the sea of tweets and YouTubes. All right, I gotta go.
Yeah, let's do this. Goodbye, everyone. We love yous.
We love everybody. Hey, fucking be nice to yourselves and don't
Thank you, Germany.
Yeah,
still crazy.
Nice.
All right.
Love you too, buddy.
Love you too. I'm gonna stop this.
Okay.